All right. So I'm doing a new thing on is the world ready for wars, even race wars again, which I believe still go on today. Uh, I don't know if you guys can hear this. I got the air conditioner on. So, all right. Is the world ready for the truth? You know, the way I look at it. Am I racist? No. Uh, if anybody's in a hole, uh, and has become a minority in the country, it's the Caucasian person. But what's my opinion on it? Well, it's always been there. And here, let me tell you why it's killing this country because, well, some of us back when this all happened, and let me make this one thing clear to you people. I'm tired of hearing about this crap about Black Lives Matter and slavery, and it was only the African American that was a slave. These people are uneducated and don't know the real truth. That every race, creed, color was a slave at one time for the person that was in power. And that's a proven fact. Whoever dominated the earth at that time, you were a slave to. Not just African American people. Another thing, it's horrible what happened to the African American people 400 years ago, or however long it was. I wasn't here. I don't know anything about it because my family didn't own slaves, from what I was told. But don't hate me for that. Now, I know race is a touchy thing with people, always has been. I don't know what they're trying to pull off, what it is, that it don't exist, it exists today. And I'm here to tell you because I'm a white man. And I get discriminated. I don't know who came up with this white privilege stuff. Really. I don't know. Yes, there are people that are white and they are privileged. That is true. I am not one of these people. Second, there ain't nobody holding down the African Americans. Race wars were over. However long ago it was. But yet we still suffer for it. And here's why we suffer for it because we feel guilty for what happened, that we weren't even here when this happened. But yet it's held over our heads every single day for something we didn't do. I don't know. That's just my opinion on it. Now, is it wrong what happened? Yes. Is it wrong what happened to the Native Americans? Yes. But I wasn't on earth for it. And why should we have to suffer and feel guilty for it when we're not racist? But with all the stuff that's going on in the world, are we under attack from people? Is race attacking us, meaning other minorities? Because, well, they can get away with it now. You know, listen, I don't feel guilty for anything because I wasn't here when that happened. And my family wasn't slave drivers and traded slaves. God, why do we have to, why is this a problem in the world? Because they make it a problem. They can't let it go. Do you understand? It's a form, a way of them to make money. Now, all this happened. Who paid for it? We paid for it, the citizens that weren't even born today or born when that happened. But our tax money had to pay the African Americans that were slaves. And it was only right. It was only right that they did that. Okay. But who really paid for that? The American people. Anybody. They used tax money of the Americans' people's money to pay for the slavery to the families that were slaves. And they should have did that because it was wrong. But they also didn't uphold the rest of the whole thing when they could have, literally. Uh, Sent people home. That was in the peace treaty. Pay them and return them back to the country that they were taken from. That was in the slave treaty. So the government didn't uphold on that. That's okay. Like I said, I grew up around people different colors. I'm not a racist. But you have to notice when there's something wrong and when these people are deliberately trying to create another slave thing where they get paid. This is a slave, it's a race thing or whatever. Okay. If that's what they're saying, well, they're going to play the race card. All right. Whatever they do, they're going to do it. And now they're using groups, organizations, whatever, to get away with it. All life matters, not just black. And it just got out of hand. It's nuts. Now you got groups of people over here that are walking the streets saying they want a Muslim nation within the United States and their own state where they can pray or whatever. And, it's it's a mess. It really is a mess. Can it be fixed? I don't know. You know, there's even African American people that are racist towards white people. And they do bad things. And when it comes down to it, then they say, oh, well, these people were racist and this is this, that, this, that. And they play it to their hand. You know, everybody's afraid to touch on the race thing. Racism has been over with. We don't make these people sell drugs. We don't make them go out and kill their own people. We don't make them kill other people or anything. Nobody's making them do anything that they don't want to do. And I do have to agree with the African American side of it. Nobody wants to hire them for jobs. Nobody, wants to do this or that. Well, if you do the studies on the crime, the killings, the murders, uh, it is certain groups of race or whatever that are very high compared to other races. So, it's a crazy thing. What's going to be happening in the world? Well, which the title of this video has gone under, what's going on in the U.S. and what's happening. It's almost like a voodoo. It's taken over America. Where do we have the most troubles? Well, mainly in the cities, you know, outskirts of the cities, whatever. But that's overspilled into the suburbs and everywhere. What do you do about it? Well, there ain't really too much we could do about it. Is it getting out of hand? Are we getting attacked, for something that happened 100 years ago or whatever with slavery? Still to this day, yes, they still bring it up today, although they can't let it go. You know, it's still brought up. This is what happened. Yes, it was horrible, but I wasn't alive when that happened. You know, when that was going on in the 50s or whatever, or even before that. You know, 1776 is when they brought them all over here. To be slaves. So, what are we dealing with? Well, it's a hard thing. What do we do? What do we do? A lot of people don't like when I talk about things like this. It's a touchy situation, but until people do discuss it and bring it up, hey, I'm not racist, but these people are using it to their advantage whenever something bad happens. You know, what do they blame the man? You know, and it's just ridiculous. Who's out burning buildings? Who's out yada yada yada. You know, it's a problem. Now, like I said, I'm not racist, but I can understand what people are saying, that this is getting out of hand. Every time we turn our something's going on, the cities are a wreck or whatever. Well, what do you want me to do about it? I don't run the country. Is it a problem? Yes. There was a treaty. See, they only want to use things when it's to their advantage. What's in the treaty? They were supposed to be paid money, and they were supposed to be brought back home to their country. That was in the treaty. That's what it said. Not me. I didn't write it. And I don't have no problems with the government not sending them back home. Like I said, I'm not racist. But there is a lot of people pointing out a good point that, listen, they're still using it today. The race card. What about Jesse Smollett or whatever that said two white dudes came in, and it was all about they're eating this country alive. That one guy came up with this big thing that he was by two white people, that nooses were put around their necks or whatever, or around his neck, and turned it into a big giant thing. Then it wasn't even a white dude; it was some other dude. Then it was, excuse me. Now, I'm not saying people should be racist, but uh, Satan is deceiving. And I'm not saying people of different colors are Satan, but something ain't right here. There's still race wars today in our country, still organizations, even the Black Panthers, even other Black Lives Matter and all this, the Muslim Brotherhood and all this. It's ugly. It's ugly. It's made us all ugly. You know, what do we do? I don't know. Probably you'll see people moving back to the old country, tracking their roots, going back home to, other countries where there ain't a problem with it or whatever, uh, where race ain't a problem or whatever. I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. I don't have all the questions, nor do I want to know. But I would say it's a problem. And I'll tell you what, a lot of our problems come from a lot of experiments that went on back in the day that they didn't handle correctly. Uh, and now we're in a pickle. Summer's coming. I imagine it's going to heat up, tempers flaring. We'll be right back into the cities and everything having trouble and gunfights and everything, biker fights and that. It'll be all over the TVs, and we'll be right back into it. That this is some kind of a we're holding the community down, and we're doing this and we're doing that, and you know, like what are these people talking about? Nobody's doing anything but them, and then they turn it psychologically around, almost like witchery, sorcery, voodoo, whatever you want to call it, folks. If the Bible spoke of it, it must be real. And that's what millions of people think. And what do I think is going to happen? Well, I don't know. I imagine pretty soon the cork is going to come off of the bottle, and you're going to see a bunch of madmen running the streets, just doing whatever they want to do. And they already do, but twice as bad. Now be safe of that new drug that is out. It's all over the news out here. It's hitting the YouTube where you don't even have to be around it. You can be 50 feet away from it and you can OD on it. New drug out. No, I know what you're saying. It's fentanyl. Oh no. 15 more times deadlier than fentanyl. Where is this coming from in the United States? People dying all over from it. I seen it on the news today. It was also on YouTube. What is it? We don't know. Why ain't everybody allergic to it, or why ain't it killing everybody that even comes around it? I don't know. Only certain people are. It's a touchy situation for people and anyone that talks about it because they get attacked. Race. What are we going to do? I don't know. I was raised that racism was bad. But now that I see that the prisons are controlled by them and not white people, African Americans, and then the streets and the cities and everything is controlled by them, but yet they say we're the racist. And we're like, no, racism died 100 years ago or whatever when they freed the slaves, you know? It's over with. There ain't nobody holding you people out. There ain't nobody holding them down. You know, a lot of people, I can tell you right now, a lot of people don't want to hire these people because, excuse me, I'm under attack by something right now. But a lot of people don't want to hire these people. Why? Because they're terrified that they're gangbangers, killers, or they're going to do something bad or whatever. Not all African Americans are bad. But a lot of people are scared. Even black people, even African American people are scared of these neighborhoods. That says a lot. You know, what is it? What is causing this? Well, if you go by the Bible, it's the devil. But people don't want to take the full extent of it. They don't want to say, all right, we've had enough of this. And you know what? We're going to have to do this and this and this. And they should have did it in the first place. As the treaty was wrote, they should have paid them people and they should have been sent home like the treaty said back in 1776 or whenever it was. But, you know, but they didn't. They paid them. They kept them here. My opinion is as a workforce, but it backfired. Yeah, I don't know. That's my best guess. They were supposed to be freed, paid, and sent back home. A lot of people don't understand that. And just talking about that, these people call you an Uncle Tom, a racist, Nazi, whatever it may be. But what these people don't know is that was the law that they were supposed to uphold, but they didn't. And I don't have no problem with that. I'm not racist. There's black people that live around here, Hispanics, you name it. Jewish people, all kinds. All right. So that ain't our fault, but we're still suffering for it. We weren't even here on earth when all that happened. But who pays for it? Everybody. When they burn a building down, who pays for that? The American taxpayer. When they hold a demonstration in the streets and burn cars and tear everything, who pays for that? The American people, taxpayer money. Everybody, even though you're sitting a law-abiding citizen at home, it's coming out of your pocket. Why? Because they raised the price of everything. Insurance across the board, taxes, everything. Everybody pays for it. The devil's doing a number on America and me, the whole world. Would anybody agree to that? Probably not. There ain't too many people going to touch on this subject because it's very touchy. Next thing you know, we got wars in the street. Hey, that guy said something about, these, it's nuts. Cuckoo. It's more crazier than I can ever dream of. And it's real. And people don't want to see it. You got people dying in the cities and the suburbs now. Kids can't go to school. You know, it's whose penis is bigger. Who's I'm right, you're wrong. I don't care. You know, I can give two craps. If you let these people, they will suck this country into a nuclear holocaust. Literally, nuclear winter. Nuclear winter. And now, well, technology, and they don't even have to go nuclear. Biological, next thing you know, we got deep shit all over the place. People everywhere. You know. Can there be a peace? Well, I don't know. You know, it's not only African American people that are dying in the streets. All colors are. You know, they don't see that. They don't. They don't see that. So what do you do? No, I don't know. Is it going to get ugly this summer? I imagine so. It does every summer. Are we going to start tightening up the borders and doing things different? Are we going to start weeding through these people? Are we going to start fighting these people? You know, what's America going to do? I don't know. But there's a lot of people ready for it. There's a lot of people that want it and are the cause of it. And it's like a giant Manson family that are still around today. So, what do you do? I don't know. You know, a lot of people are saying, do we go into bunkers? What do we do? What do you know? Well, here's the thing. It's a matter of time before the radiation makes its way to another country from that Ukraine thing that happened out there. All right. It's just a matter of time before something else happens. COVID's on the rise. A lot is on the rise. Big stuff is happening. A lot of people don't know about it. Don't know that it's COVID is changed. People can't figure it. What are you talking about? It's the devil. It changes. Different tactics, different ways, different lies, different rumors, different father of all lies. What, we're still suffering for the Jewish people. If you're part German, oh, good God. You know, and that's another thing. Well, when Hitler was around, I wasn't alive. Hey, Larry George. So, what are we going to do? I don't know. Get these trespassers out of us, these evil, whatever people away from us. Slavery is over with. You know, I'm not buying into it, just like I'm not buying into a lot of things. Uh, you know, I don't know. I don't know in another country if slavery is over with, but in America, they were freed, paid, and most were given land. You know, so I don't know. What do you do about it? I don't know, but we're still suffering today for it. If it was me, I'd say it's the devil. But then again, they'd say you're nuts. All right. Then it's a sickness or whatever that's going around driving these people nuts. Either that or it's witchery or sorcery or whatever the Bible spoke of. They'd still tell you you're nuts. And then they'd probably call you a racist. Who are these people to call me a racist? You don't see me killing people in the streets, in the cities. Sorry. You know, we've been held slaves from these people. And now that I want to uprise against them, they want to call me a racist when I've been suffering my whole life from these people and never did nothing to them. They're cowards. That's just my opinion. Everybody's got an opinion, but today, well, you're cast into hell for your opinions or whatever. I don't know. What do I see happening to America? I see somebody uncorking the bottle pretty soon. And first, they're going to shake it up, then uncork it. And it's probably going to get ugly. As it always does. It's hatred that they pump into you. It's every time you see on the TV, they talk about, you know, this is traumatic and this is unbelievable and yada, 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 yada. Yeah, I know. Oh my God, this is unreal. It's crazy. And I can see how they create racism and hate between the races. You know, nobody trusts nobody no more. Nobody trusts the government. Nobody trusts nobody. There's people out there that don't even trust their own family members. All you could do is sit back and watch the fireworks this summer. I'm sure it'll happen. So, what do we do? I don't know. Like I said, you go by the Bible, the earth's got a lot of suffering to do. So does mankind. If you go by politics, it's the same. I don't know. You guys are the smart ones. You got any suggestions? Anybody? Right. You got family killing family, family killing their own family. It's everything the Bible spoke of. Family turning on family. It's just unreal. So I labeled this underneath my playlist as the U.S. and what's going on in the U.S. What can we do about it? Not much. If we stand up against it, we're labeled terrorist or racist or whatever. Then they say, well, let the government handle it. Like I said, there'll be dead bodies all over the place if we wait for the government and politics to handle it. You know, there'll be more dead African Americans in the cities by their own people. People complaining about this, that, you know. What are we supposed to do? Well, we got to forgive these people. You know, I know they're trespassing on us. I know they're deliberately trying to get us sick so we go along with their program. Either you do what we say or you'll die from a virus or whatever it may be. Now, people today would say, me just talking about this, you're a nut job. You're racist, you're a nut job, you're crazy, you're this, that. Yeah, they said that about some of the greatest men in the world that conquered countries and created something. They said that about Einstein. They said that about, Elon Musk. He's a nut job. He'll never get that rocket up off of the ground. But he did. You know, I don't know. Anybody out there got any sense of that? Can you make any sense of that? You're nuts. Yep. So was Einstein. So was Edison. So was Howard Hughes. Well, he kind of was, but he created his own psychosis. Great man, Howard Hughes. Helped a lot of people. A lot of the stuff people use in hospitals today were created by Howard Hughes. What's happening? I don't know. Everybody's asking what's happening. I don't know. C-19, the devil. You know, we cast these demons out of us, Lord, in Jesus' name. To be set aside, chained in the chains of Christ, dipped in Christ's blood, and you know, save us. You know, I mean, what else can we do? Ain't too much we can do about it, folks. We could point fingers, we could do a lot, but in the end, we'll just be right back here where we started. What do you do? I don't know. Is it a problem? Oh, definitely. Sure is. Sure is. And that's the problem America has. Why? Because it is full of different races, colors, creeds, religions. And if you go to another country, they just don't have that kind of problem because they just don't allow it anymore. They don't want it. It's just havoc. And it is. I'm going to be honest with you. It's havoc. If you want people that, lie to you, then listen to these people that say there's nothing wrong. It's all made up. All right. Well, let's find the dude that made all this up and sit down and have a little talk with him. You know, I don't know what to say. I mean, that's what I would do. Oh, you mean it's all made up? Now, was that part of their scam? Their little uh, scam to have people sued? And well, this guy said that, and this, and I'm going to sue him now. Slander. These people make a living off of suing people. You know, I don't know. What do you do? What can we do? What do we do? You know, boy, if people only knew that half of this trouble is because some of these church cults uh, have gone cuckoo. Deliberately go out and cause trouble to get people to come to God. Well, if you believe in God, God is wherever two people or one believes in him or calls out his name or prays. Now, a lot of people are going to say this is drama. No, it ain't. I'm having a discussion about real life events in America that people fail to overlook. A lot of races were infected by other races of disease or whatever. You know, people fail to see. They don't understand because they're uneducated about it. Is it a problem? Sure. And it's going to be even more of a problem until we fix it. If we don't fix it, it's going to run rampant like a disease all over our country, which a lot of people don't know that, uh, sexual diseases are running rampant in America. And people don't know the truth, the real truth. You know, they just don't know. They weren't educated on it. And nor do they care, really, because they're so lost, gone, souls stolen, whatever it may be. They sold out. You know, they're so wrapped up into evil, and they're so sick and diseased by the devil. And it's the devil's sickness, no doubt about it. That they don't know what's going on. Nobody knows. We're still suffering from the experiments that they did in the 50s and 60s, where there was races that were had diseases, and the doctors knew, but there was nothing they could do. So what did they do? Well, they released these people back into society where it was a sexual transmitted disease, and they slept with other races, and it just spread. Boom. And a lot of people are saying you're full of crap. Well, do your history. That's a proven fact. It's all over YouTube. You know, it's all over history books. You know, how do you conquer a country? How do you conquer a civilization? You know, disease and famine and tainted food and water, and so they were tactics they used. My opinion. That's just my opinion. And it spread like wildfire, and they knew it when different colored people were coming in to doctors' offices, and they were coming up with sicknesses that the doctors and certain people knew that were only certain people had that. A certain race of people were carrying that around. And then the doctors were like, "Uh-oh, we got a problem." You know. And then that race was looked down on because they must have slept with another race that had a disease within their community or whatever. And it was a big community of people that were diseased. And then they were like, oh crap, now we got other races that are infected and they're out, you know, sleeping around or doing whatever. And it was a big experiment that got out of hand, my beliefs. My beliefs. And now a lot of people are suffering for it, you know. That didn't know, had no idea. Why? Well, because we weren't raised to look for it. We weren't raised racist, you know. Believe me, there's beautiful African American women. There's beautiful all colors of women. But a lot of people ain't educated about it. Well, does it happen? Sure. And what's sad, most of all, is these people weren't educated about needles and how disease can transfer through saliva and needles and blood. And that's how it spread amongst perfectly straight people that weren't gay or anything. You know, well, how? Drugs, needles, injections, sharing needles, uh, you know. And back then, they didn't know. It was new. The scientists were shocked about it and said, well, it wasn't transmittable back then because they didn't know. As time went by, they realized that it was a sexual transmitted disease and you can get it through sex. I mean, it was ugly. Some of the stuff I seen, I was like, oh my God. And there was certain races and people that were withheld medication that they could have saved people, you know. But back then, well, they didn't have that kind of medication. You know, most of these people today are sick. I can only thank God that I'm not one of them. You know, that was the first thing I asked my doctor. You know, is this something? You know, what do you think? You know, if I started riddling, you'd be dead by now. Yeah, COVID, uh, you know, a sexual disease or whatever, you probably would have been dead by now. So it wasn't that. Um, so it's nuts. My heart bleeds for these people. But when it comes down to it, it's the truth. That's what happened. And now we got a country full of it. Hey, and there was even service people that were guinea pigs, you know. Uh, if it ain't the devil, I don't know what is. I really don't. So I don't know. What did these people do? They did it deliberately. Do they deserve to be punished? I would say yes. Is there going to be a war in America? I would say probably there's no way around it. And we're dealing with some evil people. You know, these are people in churches and people that think they're more powerful than anything. And I always tell people, don't monkey with something that you don't know nothing about, because these people could be nuts and have chemicals and all kinds of crazy stuff, you know, in the corner doing rituals or something. So I don't know. What do you want to do? There ain't nothing I could do about it. You know, the world is so infected. Did I get vaccinated? No. There's a pill out now that they came out with, brand new pill that they're giving people, so you don't have to go take all these shots. You just take the pill. You know, and that's what they should have done in the first place. Is right off the bat been working on a pill, anti-virus pill. You know, how far are these shots going to go? These people have already taken 4 shots, and now they're saying, well, they may have to take another one, and next year they might have to take more. I mean, what is what are we doing here? I could see 4 shots. I can't believe someone hasn't come out with 1 shot, and it's you're done. You know, you're immune to it or whatever. I don't know. The side effects alone from the flu and C-19 is unbelievable. You know, like I said, it's a problem. It's a problem here in Indiana. It's a problem all over the U.S. You know, they ask me, you know, what's our kill rate before we worry about one. What do you mean one? One person gets sick. It's too much. One person gets sick and we don't catch them. We got another outbreak. And a lot of people are saying, nah, I seen this movie. No, sure you don't break. Yeah. But what people don't understand, and I'm trying to tell these idiots, it's real. It ain't, it only happens in the movies. No, it's real. It's happening now. It's a real life outbreak. I'm only glad that I didn't get wrapped up into it. Racism, all this stuff, all this Illuminati, all this, you know, we're sitting here screaming, we're not racist and we're not doing nothing to any of these people. And they're turning around saying, you know, our people have been held down for 400 years or whatever it was, still to this day. And we're like, what are you talking? You're killing your own people in your neighborhoods. It ain't white boys driving down the neighborhoods killing these people. It's their own people. It's like voodoo. I'm like, what is going on? They're, it, I don't know. And then these women love the bad boys, the giant penises. They fall for it every time. Next thing you know, that girl's knee deep in all kinds of crap being passed around, you know, and you're like, holy shit. She once was something beautiful. Now, she's trying to escape the madness. Of course, nobody's going to agree with me on anything I say, but that's okay. They don't have to. I'm not a racist. I'm not a Nazi. You have your opinion. I'm an idiot. You want to call me a bigot, racist, whatever you want. That's fine with me. You have your rights. I know I'm not. Inside, I know I'm not a racist. Inside, I know that if I was a racist or anything to do with racism, I'd be battling against them in the streets, but I'm not. I'm not out protesting against them. You know, now a lot of people are saying, "Well, what do we do about this?" And they're devil worshippers. They're witches. They're sacrificing kids. They're doing all this stuff. You know, well, I guess they'll have to go back to the olden days. They're going to use their magic. They're going to send their demons, their devils. They're going to do all kinds of stuff. But once they realize that it ain't working on us, and we take to the weapon or the sword and stand for something good, they're going to be like, oh crap, the magic and the Lord, no, you people fell to earth. Now you're mortals. You're going to bleed just like every human. You know, it's like a movie they created. And here we are stuck in the middle of it. So, what are we going to do? I, what do I see happening? Like I said, I think somebody here pretty soon is going to shake up the bottle and pull the cork off. And I think the people that do this are going to have technology and capabilities that people have no idea about. Do I think we need to fix the world? Yeah, I would say so. For all we know, these people that are dying are dying because they had complications of cancer, AIDS, kidney problems, uh, you know, a sexual transmitted disease or something. We don't know. Diabetes, you know. What is it to me? I think it's evil. That's what I think. Do I think it's a witch or whatever you want to call it or yada, 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 yada? Hey, I didn't write the Bible, and the Bible speaks of it, you know. Now, are there some people that are saying, you know, they want to burn it all down and start over, go through everything? Yes. That's something we might have to do, whether we want to or not, you know. We all are hoping and praying that Jesus comes, takes our sickness away and all this evil, you know. Glory be to God when that day comes. You know, when he cast out all these trespassers from us. This man that thinks he's Jesus, but he ain't. He changes a lot. Jesus is the same today as he was yesterday. He don't need to change. So, what do we do? I don't know. Soon, someone's going to take up the sword, and there's going to be a great power. But we've already seen that and gone through that before, haven't we? Is my computer hacked? Probably. Who knows? A lot of people's computers are hacked. Is it the government? No. If it was the United States government, everybody would be in prison or dead. is a terrorist, tyrants, people hired to hack our accounts, do evil things? Probably. Probably. I'm afraid this is going to go real, and we're not. Which it is already real. People are like, it's going to happen. What do you think's already happening in the streets, in the cities, all over YouTube? Death, mainly, but not by their own hands. You know, I don't know. I mean, this is a touchy situation. This is where you, if you're a family man, you don't worry about nothing. These are the times where you say, we can't care about nothing. We got to look out for ourselves. You know, if we can help somebody, you know, but this could this could pop off any minute. Meaning, we don't know what kind of capabilities uh, some of these people have. You know, any of you's got any suggestions out there? Anyone? Ferris? I don't curse because I don't like to curse. I don't use bad language, and I usually don't make fun of people. But I've noticed when you're around certain people or watching certain things, the next thing you know, it's monkey see, monkey do. So you have to be strong to fight it. I've caught myself doing it, making fun of people, and it was wrong. My apologies if I upset anybody. You know, like I said, the things I talk about are very touchy situations people don't dare dip into. And I suggest people don't. But I'm not blind. You know, how long are we gonna have to put up with this crap? People dying, kids dying. Like I said, they can't even go to school without being abused, drugs, teachers, raped, shot, stabbed, fights. Sorry, when I went to school, and there was different colors in there. Wars didn't break out. Uh, Girls weren't getting raped or anything, as far as I know of. You know, I don't know. I guess it goes back to how you were raised. It's free will, right? But the crap that they're pumping down us 24/7, there is no free will. It's it's what you're programmed. If you ask me, well, it's turned into a giant Manson family. You know, what do? Well, you pray to God to shelter us from the evil one. If it only be by grace of the Lord. Excuse me. And I feel for some of these women that were treated like crap from society and other people. But hey, you can't tell them what to do. And you can't, you know, just like people can't tell me what to do. They can only give opinion of it. That's about it. That's about it. And you're going to see that these people that cannot control their temper, that the slightest thing throws them off into. You know who was like that? Capone. Al Capone. At the end of his life, he was a madman. The slightest little thing would throw him off into a tyrant rage. Anybody out there know who he was? No, I don't know. But that is true. At the end of Capone's life, he was a raving lunatic. The littlest things would set him off into a rage that would last for weeks, months. Then again, a lot of people don't know what kind of shape Capone was in. You know, I don't know. Did these people deliberately get us sick? Probably. Was it a race thing? Probably. Was it a black man that jabbed the needle in our arms or people's arms or whatever? Oh, we're all guinea pigs. No, they don't know. There hasn't been enough studies on it probably to really know. No, I'm not saying not to get vaccinated. I'm sure I will here soon, or at least take the pill, which is all it is the formula that they're pumping into you that has just been dried, poured out on a table or whatever, or into a big giant bag, and all the juice is squeezed out of it, and then they turn it over and let it dry. Put it in the pill form instead of liquid. I don't know. Where was that cure for cancer that they said they'd had when I was growing up a kid? 10 more years, and there'll be a. That was when I was a young kid. I can remember seeing that on TV and people talking about it. Where's that? Where's that one shot and you're healed of everything? Yeah, I don't know. But I got a lead on a couple guitars, and I got a lead on a brand new computer, and I'm not going to turn it on until I have antivirus and everything hacking stuff. uh, so the same thing don't happen. Is this a real channel? Yes. Is there all kinds of people all over the internet named Johnny Kramer? Yes. But they ain't me. They're the people that stole from me. And I don't know. Is there a whole is there thousands of John Kramers? Yes. What do we do? Nah, I don't know. What can I do? I live each day as it comes. Poor or rich. Our doctors deliberately killing people. Yes. Our nurses. Yes. It's a bigger problem than they let you people know. Are they doing it deliberately? Yes. They're getting paid to. That's their job. Some of them are corrupt. If you wanted me to open up the curtain so you people can see behind it, that's when you'll be saying, close the curtain. What the heck are you doing? All right. It is 12:15. I'm done with YouTube tonight. So be safe. What do we do about this crap? Black Lives Matter. All lives matter. Now, if somebody creates a group for all lives matter, they'll be called racist. You're racist. You can't do that. Why? Because we're Black Lives Matter. And so does all human beings. Human life matters. You want us to suffer in a world that you people live in back in 1776. It's no wonder this country and world is still in the predicament it was back in 1776. Now, I'm going to quit smoking soon. I'm going to try and do as good as I can before I explode. I'm going to do some curls. I'm done with YouTube tonight. I ain't doing no more lives. How do these people do 50 lives, 20 lives a day? I don't know. I mean, it could be done if you're doing shorts or just regular videos where you don't have to be behind it or anything like that. But plus, we got all these people trespassing on me and everything. And, you know, I don't know. Voodoo, witchery, the devil, and all this. Pray for me. I went up against the big people for something I should have never have. But thought I was doing the right thing. And the only one suffering is me. So, yeah, I don't know what to say. So, did they get us deliberately? The United States sick? Very well could have. Something easily could have fixed the problem, but there ain't no money in healing people, so I don't know. All right, you folks have a great night. Think about it. What are we dealing with? We're dealing with something that don't exist no more. But in their minds, it's their meal ticket. It's the only thing they have to go on. You know, and when you got a country filled of different people and races and creeds and religions, you're bound to have uprisings. History has shown that and proven that. And that's all I'm saying. I know these people are trying to say, well, I'm a doctor. Yeah, I don't care who you are. This is my life, and I'm a free man. And you have your opinion, and I got mine. And who are you to tell these people that they're nuts and you're going to put them in a hospital or whatever you're going to do? What you people fail to realize is there's billions of free men now that are telling the professionals, no, you are going to be locked up. You need help. You know, and what does that cause? Well, controversy, commotion, havoc. Madness. I don't know. I don't want no part of it. All right, you folks be safe. Keep an eye on your kids. Try not to get wrapped up into the drama. I know a lot of people are going to say the things I talk about are drama. No, they're real life. And you people not realizing that we are dealing with real life. Real. Then more people might say, well, crap, we need to do something. Well, sure, because it's real. It ain't fake. You know, America can't even hold its own, but yet wants to go do things in other countries and tell other countries how they should do it. And here, do this. We'll give you money, and we'll give, then it comes to our people are starving. Inflation, and we need help. Oh, sorry. We can't do that because we're going to do this and we're going to do that. And yeah, what we're going to do is watch America dissolve into nothing, a disease and madness, until somebody pulls the cork off of the pop bottle and it explodes all over. And then there ain't nothing. There might be for about a year, uh, people struggling to live, but eventually, whatever they release on Earth or nuclear, whatever it may be, will take its effect. And people that ain't protected from it will die. Then again, those high powerful will be the only ones that get put into bunkers and yada, yada, yada. I say if you're the president and you have a bunker, then every one of your citizens has a bunker. I say if you're protected by guards, then every single citizen of yours is protected by guards. I say what is good enough for that person in the White House is good enough for every single citizen in the United States. Not just the few. Then again, you'll probably call me a racist or something. Who knows? Whenever you people want something, you come up with something. Suck the life out of me. Money or guitars or cars or even women. Now, here comes that big penis. I give it about a week and she'll be gone. But don't worry, she'll be back sniffling and looking like crap. That's how it works in this country. Yeah. Whenever I have something, someone wants it. And then when people stand up and say, no, this is mine, you're not taking it. Then they come up with all kinds of crap. Wars start. All right. You folks have a great day. Be safe. Well, great night. Be safe as usual. Don't pay any attention to me. I don't know what I'm talking about, do I? So be safe. Watch what you do. And my heart bleeds for these women that were used. Really. No, I'm done with YouTube tonight. You folks have a great night. Be safe. I'll see you next time. Maybe I won't see you. I don't know. Hopefully I do. Once again, I'm not a racist. I'm not a bigot. I believe in one man, one woman. I'm not a gay basher, trans basher, or anything like that. Uh, but don't hate me because I have my own beliefs. Or my own opinions. Now, thank you very much for listening. For those that don't like what I'm saying, you don't have to listen to it. It's a situation that is, when you got the Muslims out in the streets with machine guns walking saying that this country needs to give them a state so they can create their own world, and America's not uh, upholding and that's what the slave treaty said. Either we pay them and send them home, or we were supposed to give these people land so they can worship and create their own nation. Well, good luck finding the land when we're already overpopulated and diseased. No, you folks have a great night and be safe. Remember, don't hate me because I'm not the color you are. Don't hate me because I don't have the same thoughts as you. Don't hate me because I'm not going to go out and stalk you people as much as some of these women wish I would. It's like they're luring people. I'm like, nope, nope, don't do that. It's a trick. This is why the American man is turning towards other countries and other things. Same thing with the women. That's why they're turning to other countries and other things for relationships. Because America, men and women, have become, I don't know, something unbelievable. And not everybody is, but there are a lot. So be safe. And somebody, can I just suggest this to you people? If somebody is mentioned in a crime case of a murder of two little girls, or is a suspect in a case, and people are saying they might be part of it or whatever, you might not want to go hang out with them people. You might not want to have them around you. Be safe. That's all I could say. Now, thanks, and I'll see you folks later, hopefully. If I ain't dead by then.